Good morning, everyone. I hope that everyone's doing well and keeping warm during these cold times. So we have been doing devotions on the book of Philippians. I don't know about everyone else, but I have been enjoying these devotions. And today I'm just going to be continuing with the devotions. Now, you remember we mentioned that the theme of joy threads throughout the book of Philippians, and today I just want to speak on joy that defies regret. If we look at Paul, he had an outstanding resume, if we may put it that way, a long list of religious achievements to his name. But for most of his life, this wasn't the case. He had persecuted and killed Christians because of the false conviction that he was doing good. Um, and he woke up one day and he realized this, that his whole life had been a mistake. Now, I don't know how many of us have experienced this feeling of regret. I know I have a number of times. And maybe it comes from a period or season of rebellion where we were running away from God. We knew what we were doing was wrong, but the strongholds were just too powerful. For some of us, we spent our lives trying to do what is good and trying to be good. We went through a phase of self-righteousness, and as a result, we became very judgmental and hurt the people in our lives. There are some that did their best with and try to make the best decision based on the knowledge and the information that they had at that time, and later on realized that it was a bad decision. I mean, there's so much that I can mention in terms of the different regrets that we have as individuals. The regrets we have, whatever they are, whatever form they may be in, it's so easy for us to be weighed down by them. We keep rehashing these mistakes over and over again. We feel ashamed as well. As a matter of fact, we find it difficult to even worship, to even raise our hands in church because of all these regrets. The power of regret is, for this reason, a thief of joy. Now, if we look at Philippians 3, verse 13, the second part of the verse, Paul says, "But one thing I do, forgetting what lies behind and straining forward to what lies ahead." Now, we need to keep our focus forward. We need to stop looking behind. And this focus isn't easy. It requires discipline. It requires constant reassurance and constant reminders from ourselves and the people around us. Living in the past creates death in the present. Paul exhorts us to guard our eyes, to fix our vision on Christ. This will free us from the snares of our past regrets. I don't know how many have gone through this or how many have experienced it, but have you ever experienced guilt, like when you're feeling too happy or too joyful and something reminds you that you're not supposed to be feeling this way because you've done A, B, and C, or you've like all the mistakes that you've made in the past, all the mistakes, they just come flooding into your memory the minute you are happy, the minute you are joyful, and then all of a sudden you're not feeling any of that joy that you were feeling because it's a feeling of guilt, if I can put it that way. Like, how can I be happy when I've done all of these things? So I just want to remind us that Christ is in our present, He's in our future, and He was also there in our past. Before we made all of these mistakes, Jesus covered them. Every sin, every fault, it has all been nailed to the cross and it is forgiven. I hope that this was encouraging to you, and I hope that you will be joyful with no regrets. Have a blessed day, and thank you for your time.